Thank you and good evening. Jim received a Lifetime Achievement Award from his family many years ago. We didn't get dressed up or have an audience like this evening, and the award wasn't given at a specific date or time. Jim earned it day in and day out by demonstrating a deep passion for being the best at whatever he did. His ability to be a natural-born leader was recognized by myself, our children, his employers, and community decades ago. He has always been a superhero to all who know him. So tonight, I would like to introduce my husband, Jim, so he may be recognized as an outstanding man and valued member of the confectionery industry.
Wow. Thank you, honey. You lasted a lot longer than I'm going to. I'd probably be in tears here in about 2 seconds. So you're the reason I'm standing here tonight. You've been with me through all the ups and downs in my life and have been my source of strength and inspiration. You are everything to me, and I love you with all my heart. I'd like to thank our Heavenly Father for all the blessings that I've had during my life. I'm married to the greatest woman in the world, and I'm so lucky that she agreed to actually spend her life with me. I've been blessed with 2 beautiful children, Daniel and Kristen. Kristen's right there with her husband, David. Their spouses, Melissa and David, and my grandchildren, Faith and Wesley. I have so much to be grateful for in my life. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad for their love and support, and my brothers Bob and Mark as well, and my brother Bob is right over there. Hey Bob, how you doing, brother? I'd like to thank the NCSA, the board, and the selection committee for this unbelievable, incredible honor. Again, I'm not real sure why I've been so blessed, but I am so very, very grateful to be honored with this tremendous group of people up here tonight and in the audience. 36 years ago, when I began this journey in this business, I didn't even know that there was such a thing as a Candy Hall of Fame. And even if I had, I could never have thought that I would have been able to achieve such an amazing honor and be included with such an incredible group of people. I've had so many people in my life that's helped shape the path, guide me as I grew in my life, in my career, and in the confectionery business. It's funny, the man that I consider to be the most influential leader that I ever worked with wasn't even part of our business at all. His name was Eric Danziger, and he was the general manager at the Doubletree Hotel in Tucson, Arizona. We called him D. It was a sign of respect, and he was an amazing man with a combination of passion, energy, insight, leadership, motivation, intelligence, and compassion. He really was a very tremendous human being. From him, I learned the most important lessons of my professional life: how to treat people genuinely, how to build lasting relationships, and the value of customer service above all other things. Dee always said that if you weren't serving the customer directly, serve someone who was. His lessons have guided me through many challenges and opportunities throughout my personal and professional life. From my beginnings at Stop and Go Markets, to my long career at BP, Arco, AM/PM, to my current life, and so blessed to be at E.B. Brown, I've been really lucky to work in this unbelievably great industry and gotten to work alongside so many wonderful, hardworking people throughout my career. I'm very grateful to have been able to serve the needs of so many different customer groups: my retailers, my franchisees, our consumers, my coworkers, and the many, many friends that I have, many of you seated in the audience tonight, across this great industry. The story I'd like to share was alluded to a little bit earlier. 1997, my family and I were on vacation. We were headed to Tucson from California, And we stopped in this little place called Quartzsite, Arizona. Anybody know Quartzsite? Yeah, it's a little stopover, a few truck stops, a few convenience stores. We stopped in this store to get some snacks and some gas, and I walked in, and immediately apparent to me that this store was in need of some help. It was poorly assorted, poorly merchandised, the bathrooms were dirty. You've been in stores like this, I'm sure. Started talking to the owner, and he was a veteran, and as my dad was a veteran, that really kind of set something special in my heart. And we started talking about his store, and he was talking about him selling less and less, and he was afraid that he was going to lose his life's work in this store that he had. I told him what I did for a living and offered to give him a little bit of advice and see if I could help him out a little. He eagerly agreed, and we spent the next 2 hours working in his store, doing some remerchandising, doing some resetting. You know, and if you know Quartzsite, Arizona, it's a little warm outside during this time, so you know, but we did some work, and we did some things to his store, and I talked to him about some other things that he needed to work on, customer service, making sure the bathrooms were clean, you know, things like this, all in the goal of helping to better serve his customers. I gave him my card, and I asked him to please keep in touch, let me know how he's doing. I went out to the car, and there was my family. They'd turned the car on and were running the air conditioning, of course, but my son was a teacher, and he was in the back seat grading papers from his class, and my wife and my daughter were helping him go through and do that work. But they were all very happy that we took the time to help this man and do something for his life to improve it. So 3 months later, I did hear back from him, and he was very excited to tell me how his business had improved, that he wasn't so worried about closing anymore. And he thanked me for taking the time and my family for taking the time to spend a little time in his store and make his life and the life of his customers a little bit better. We've kept in touch off and on throughout the years, and his business has continued to grow and thrive, and he's still in Quartzsite today. So when I look back at my career, this is one of the moments that I cherish most. Just being able to help a regular guy succeed in his store and do something better for his customers. There's so many other people that I'd love to be able to thank tonight, but time is short, and I'm sure that I would never do justice to the many people that I owe so very much. I would, however, like to close by thanking my NCSA buddy, Dave Fleischer, for helping me keep on track in getting to this evening, to Teresa Tarantino for sponsoring my nomination. I'd also like to thank my friends and family at E.B. Brown, our owners, Tom and Dick Wake, especially Kurt O'Rourke, who is my boss, and he's here to support me tonight. Kurt, thank you so much for being here. And John Scardina for bringing me into the family at E.B. Brown. He was the man that put me on the path to E.B., and I'm also very grateful to you as well. And to all of you, thank you so much for being here to share this very, very special evening with me, with Patty, with my friends, my family. Thank you very much.